Greetings and salutations, friend. I am Jeremy Tank with Think Tank Creative, and today I'm going to share with you the case study for the Kraken's Cup. Now, what this is a case study for behavioral branding. This is my process of helping business owners by combining your story, your brand story, with the power of research, design, and marketing to reimagine your business, the identity, and really transform your brand perception for growth and longevity. It's a way to strategize and grow your business by focusing on branding. And this is really for business owners and CEOs who want marketing and strategies that build business growth, brand recognition, and aligned teams. And when you're doing this, it helps to have really a vision for what you're building. And you know that new ideas are going to help you get there, but you don't maybe know what those ideas are or what to do exactly next. And you need the results to be well received, right? We're growing a brand, we're growing a business. So results have to be well received. And that means they include a bit of creative flair for attention, because attention grows attraction. People see something and then they want to check it out, right? And without that attention, there's no business. So attention gets attraction, and attraction and attention grow your business. And along the way, you want the business to look good. You want it to look professional and real, like it matters to people. Why? Because it does matter to people. It's very important. And this entire process really is the structure, is the method that $500 million businesses use. That's $500 million. And bigger. I mean, huge corporations use this same basic process to build dedicated tribes, communities, fans, and followers. This is what they do. And I use this process with corporations, with individual business owners, with consultants, with coaches, to really pull together what they want to accomplish in the future and how they want to accomplish it. And this is just some pictures of what that looks like. And this process is called behavioral branding, and it's the stacked process of my power story, creative alignment, and then behavioral branding. And what that looks like is exactly what this diagram is showing you. It's figuring out brand purpose through a brand sprint, and that creates business alignment with clarity, insights, brand strategy, defined really good goals and audience. And then we take that in brand alignment and we connect that with what is out there in the world. It's positioning, it's understanding how your brand needs to look, act, feel, and sound as it moves in and grows, because your audience is expecting a certain thing of your business to be able to attract them and keep things moving for them, make it relevant. And finally, in behavioral branding, it's where we take all of that information and provide a framework for brand identity. And we can take that and apply that to every website, funnel, email, video, social media, link, or post, and pretty much every brand experience. I've done this with events even, and it's fantastic. So let's go ahead and jump right into the case study, Kraken's Cup. And this starts with my power story, which is where we will go ahead and define ideal customers, who they are, what they like, what their life is like. We're looking for who, what, where, when, how about the customers, right? We want to know what's driving them. We want to know about their archetypes, their psychological makeup. We're looking at a lot of different things, and going through the brand sprint, that's what you're seeing in the picture here. It's just a ton of fun because we're throwing out ideas, we're brainstorming. It's ideation at its best. And from that, we get my action plan. And my action plan is really the report that sums up everything that we discuss in the brand sprint. It's not just the ideal customers, that's what you see at the top there, the ideal customer for the Kraken's Cup. It's also talking about brand archetypes and which archetype the brand represents, in this case, the entertainer, and what that means in terms of reaching out to the customer, in terms of supporting this business, and well, the entertainer has to entertain customers, right? That's what it's partly about. And then below that is one of our positioning exercises, and it's really just looking at opposites of ideas and figuring out where does the brand, the way that you picture it, the way that you want it to be, where does it fall on the spectrum, and how do we choose things that help it stand out to the world? And from this process, Again, in the action report, we are going to show you, look, here are action insights that are important for you to take to grow your business, to grow the foundation of your brand, to really serve your customers. And that really looks like I will increase my awareness of my business by, maybe that's social media, maybe that's videos, maybe that's appearing on certain Facebook pages, maybe that's appearing on different television programs and different digital marketing channels that you want to go to. Awareness is how people see your business and are drawn to it. Along with that is, I will increase revenue for my business by, and really there's 3 ways to increase revenue, and that is increase the number of customers that you get, increase the amount that they buy or the repetition that they buy, and by charging more. Those are the only 3 ways that you can increase revenue. But looking at those 3 ways, we could come up with lots of different tactical action steps to take, and that's really what we're doing in that insight page. And then last, I will increase efficiency for my business by, and efficiency is one that people don't tend to think about in terms of business strategy and marketing. However, the less you spend inside your company to maintain and continue your growth, the more you have left over for profits, right? If we can get you making more revenue coming in and spending less of that revenue just to maintain what you've got by increasing efficiency, then we're going to increase the amount of profit you end up with at the end of the year. And that is a super huge focus for me. Make sure that this balances so that profits grow. Next is where we started the creative alignment process. And in this case, we're looking at exploring differentiation and really looking at the competition and seeing what they are offering and how they are presenting themselves on the web. Here's how they present themselves on Facebook, different social media platforms, different apps, different, I think TripAdvisor is in here for each of them, just so we can see, what are they showing their public? What are they showing their people? What are the things that people are influenced by who follow those brands? And then we're able to take some of that and align it with our business goals. In the case of the Kraken's Cup, the business goal was to represent the local community, represent people who like tea, people who are in a certain age group, in a certain community group, in a certain networking personality kind of group, and showcase, look, here's what they are drawn to based on what these other businesses are using. Here's what we think that they like, and here's sort of how they perceive the world. And that's really what you're looking at. We call these empathy graphs, and empathy graphs are showing, like, this is their world, this is how they live, this is how they dress, this is how they think, these are the types of cars that they have, and these are the influences that they are around that we either have to compete with or utilize those trends to help grow this brand, this business. Next is mood boards. And again, this is just aligning business goals with the perceptions that we want to put into the world. In this case, you're looking at 3 separate mood boards. The one on the far left is showcasing a business that is more of like a craft style personality where things are not necessarily matching, but that not matching is part of the personality. It's part of the fun of that business. And on the far right, you're seeing the opposite of that. It's sort of the Disney approach where everything has subtle symbols that reflect the themes, the trends going all throughout it. So it's much more of a heavy investment. And in the middle is much more a mix of 1 or 2 of those things as focused to help build a business. And in the case of the Kraken's Cup, we knew early on that we were going to go something that was a little bit more crafty. We'd have to be more ingenious with how we came up with ideas and solved creative problems. The last step in the creative alignment process is showcasing what we call brandscapes. And a brandscape is a cohesive picture, one whole look and feel that represents what we want to build with the brand, what we want to showcase, and how we want to really appeal to people. So this is really showcasing the personality, the person you see in each of these 2 options, one option on the top, the other option on the bottom. The person is meant to represent the type of customer, the ideal person that we want coming into this shop. And the other things in each of these brandscapes showcase the colors, the typography, the illustrations, the look and the feel that we want to represent with that store, either through decorations or local shop design, or even in the tea sets themselves. And in this case, we ended up going with the bottom one because the owner of the Kraken's Cup really wanted more of an older Victorian kind of, maybe Edwardian even, feel, more antiquated and old school for tea service. And that's fantastic because there's a lot of businesses that follow through on that modern trend that are kitschy, that are very trendy and follow what looks like in that top brandscape. So it really, by going with the bottom brandscape here, it gives us an opportunity to create something cool and unique. And speaking of cool and unique, when the owner of the Kraken's Cup came to Think Tank Creative, she said, I have these 3 paint colors. That's what you see on the top here. I have these 3 paint colors, and this is what I want everything to reflect. And oh yeah, I want the logo to be of an octopus. I've sculpted this octopus, and I painted it blue, and I've gone to 3 other designers. I've used online services. I've looked at illustrators, and none of them can create what I want, which is this Kraken in a top hat with a teacup. And I don't really know what it should be, but I know I want that. And that was a huge challenge for us because illustrative logos have different needs, have different structures rather than like a simple, clean, modern logo, right? And so what you see on the bottom is actually a quick mood board we developed to say, this is sort of what we want to do with this wraparound image idea of a logo. And ultimately, through a lot of exploration and through this process of illustrative logo design, we came up with the idea of the Kraken. And we created an actual logo system that the Kraken can be featured in the logo, as well as take him out entirely for simplification, for merchandise, for bags, for packaging. Because with that Kraken, it's a very complex symbol. And by removing that, we actually get a very modern, clean symbol that can be put in a lot more places and used, let's just say it prints easier, it's less colors, it goes on more places, but it also makes the use of the Kraken much more special. And to help codify what to do with those things, we created the brand guide, which is what you see on the bottom. And then the last part of behavioral branding, of course, is to apply this brand appeal, this brand experience, this branding, right, to everything that we've got. And so what we've got it on the top is a table tent card for somebody just sitting down at a table. They would see something like this with maybe the menu inside or specials for the day. Below that is a to-go bag. And again, we removed the Kraken. Our guidance at the time was, anything in the shop, in the store, when you're doing the tea service, put the Kraken on it. Let that be like a local. You have to be in the store to really see that full experience. And when you're out, when you take things to go, like on the bags or anything that you take home, let's just go with a simpler logo. And this makes it more special and more unique for people who come to the location to get the full experience, the personality, the character of the Kraken. So the next few slides are just a couple examples showing how this moves across different merchandise. Here you see a biscotti bag or a biscuit bag for muffins or tiny sandwiches, and a tea tin so that, custom teas can be mixed up and taken home to be enjoyed. Of course, there's also these great t-shirts that we developed. We've got 3 different styles. One that's very basic with just the Kraken, not even a logo, just to really, again, represent that character and that fun identity. And then, of course, the simple logo right on the front, nice and big. And then the last one was this fun idea we had of the tentacles wrapping around. You don't actually see the Kraken at all. It's just the tentacles that wrap around the entire shirt and reflected with the sleeve pattern. And then, of course, we helped them imagine some marketing, some advertising, showing, here's how you could showcase this brand and grab people's attention and make it fun and entertaining. Remember, that's the archetype. We want to entertain. And this is all about making it time for tea, having the call out that people should show up and look into this a little bit more. So here's the thing. This is the process, behavioral branding. This is taking a business that was looked really small. As you saw, the logos were really just a sculpture and a couple of doodles, and really codifying it and making something that is meant for growth, meant for investment, meant for customers to see and really align with and say, yes, I want that. So If this is what you want for your business, if you are like the Kraken's Cup, you're a restaurant or you serve food or you do anything that is sort of fun and entertainment, if you're a services provider, like this is the sort of thing that you can do for your business to help it grow. And you can schedule a free alignment call at thinktankcreative.net. Thank you so much.